Hey everyone, I'm Ben,
I'm Rom.
and welcome back to the One Piece vs. 4K podcast, where we compare the One Piece 4 Kids anime to the Funimation dub, sometimes sub, and draw comparisons to the manga. We are back again today for episode 31 from the 4 Kids end and episode 30 from the Funimation end.
32.
32. Sorry, I'm way out of whack. Yeah, 32 from the Funimation end. But yeah, we're back. Hopefully you enjoyed last episode. Hopefully nobody is listening and is has just been binging this whole thing and is super excited for episode 27 because somehow it got banned from our YouTube channel. Hopefully by the time this is back up though, it'll be back online. We had like a false copyright takedown for I don't know. It might have been the episode title since it's the name of the Four Kids dub. Maybe they said, maybe some bot went through and was like, oh, they're uploading full episodes, ban it. But they didn't do it with any of the other episodes that are named after the Four Kids titles.
Yeah.
And I honestly have no clue. Like, they literally just said the entire thing is their copyright and took the whole thing down. They didn't claim any single section of the video or mute anything, they just claimed the entire video. So I put in, a rebuttal. Um, and I mean, I'm sure it's gonna. Hopefully, a human reviews it, and then, uh, we can go from there. And it'll be back on. But like, there's literally nothing copyrighted in it. I mean,
Yeah.
unless you said something or I said something, and we sounded exactly like someone in the anime, and they just were like, "Man, this is like the exact voice clip."
Yeah. Exactly. No, I mean, yeah. I guess you're right that it has to be like some kind of plot or something. Like, cause like, I've only, I mean, I don't know that I've experienced at this much, but like, I think, um, like, and this is the reason why I don't think I'll ever stream Madden on YouTube, because, and I think some
Oh,
people
because
have
of the
also faced
song.
this.
It's because
Yeah.
of a song in the game. I mean,
Yeah.
you could just turn off the music in the game and be fine.
Yeah, I know, and I really hate that, because it's like Madden, they added this soundtrack into that because they thought it would like enhance the experience of like, in between games and stuff, and like, and then like the whole point of like streaming is to it gives promotion to the game that hey, this is a fun game. If this person's playing it, you want to go play the game, so it's like it is what it is. But music companies, they're kind of greedy and stuff, and they do that. But what's actually really funny was that I had this one clip of one video from way back. Like this is like more than 10 years ago, back in high school. Um, where I think it was just like this dumb video where I'm just wearing like an eye mask, like that people go to sleep with and stuff. And I'm just like, so this video is just me just sitting wearing an eye mask, just sitting on like hands on the table, my head on my hands, and yeah, it's just me. And then like I chose one of the, like the pre like this is like music that like YouTube gives you, that you can like put in the
Hmm.
video because like I'm not gonna like go out and get music for this because it's just like a dumb video. And this video for whatever reason it like spiked. I think at one point it had like 1,000 views. I don't know why it had 1,000 views, but somehow it had 1,000 views. And yeah, like I think that even that video got hit because of that music that they gave on YouTube. So I was just like, what? And I mean, I didn't really care about that account because I was mainly using that account to kind of comment and use it for like personal stuff. So yeah, that was just a weird experience. But yeah, I mean, I don't really use that account to upload videos or anything. So yeah, besides that, it's so weird
Yeah,
how
there's like a
this
whole
happens.
shady system too, like where people will like up. They'll like. I mean, I guess they have some kind of subscription or whatever, but they'll like upload music that's not theirs to a copyrighted site, and then they can claim that it's theirs. Like, I mean, like if they don't get caught, they'll get like they can take the copyright claims and take things down, and for like no reason, just to be a dick.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's shady. But Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I don't know if I brought this up on this podcast before. Maybe I was bringing it up somewhere else, but there was a like sound effects or whatever, just like normal generic sound effects that people will use for movies. There's this common sound effect for a police siren that like almost like tons of TV shows will use it, tons of video games will use it. Someone uploaded that as a copyrighted sound clip. And anything like there's like tons of videos on YouTube and tons of video games. Like if that sound clip is playing, it will mute your video for like 15 seconds.
Wow.
And it's
That's
just a police
hilarious.
siren. It's like this police siren is copyrighted. Like it's the stupidest freaking shit.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's and then too, like the annoying things like if you try to take a video in public and it just so happens someone drives by in a car and is playing copyrighted music, you're screwed.
I think that was the thing that was happening with Twitch when I don't know if it's still going on with Twitch now, but there was this time where I think like yeah, Twitch streamers were getting hit because of music, and there's like IRL people who their stream is just
Yeah.
like them walking around. And I think they were inside like a grocery store, and they were like, "Oh no, this grocery store is playing some copyrighted music," and then like I think they had to like stop streaming because of like that music that was playing at the grocery store because grocery stores have music that plays all the time. So
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like
yeah,
seriously, who's gonna be like, okay, oh shit, dude, oh Goo Goo Doll song, and it's on
yeah,
this stream. Let me download this video and then save it and then convert it to an MP3 so I can have this MP3 for free. Who's gonna do that? Oh,
yeah,
oh yeah, I made this awesome mixtape. Let me sell this online on eBay.
yeah,
What?
yeah.
It's so
It's like
stupid.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah. It
don't
was
understand it.
yeah. I think it was like really bad when I think so during like Fortnite is obviously like really huge on Twitch and stuff, and there was this huge live Fortnite event that was happening not too long ago, just like maybe like a few months ago, right around the time when all this like thing was going on with the music. And so with that like Epic had this thing where you can toggle off the music or something. And so like they were doing this they were like going into this live event, and then in middle of the live event they had to like turn off the music because apparently like yeah, it was I don't know, it was something maybe it was like some Leonard Skinner music. I'm not really sure what it was. And so they all had to like turn it off at once, and then eventually one guy just like he was just like fuck it, I'm just gonna play it. And like so then he just played it, and like I don't know if anything happened, but it's like really bad.
Yeah. Freaking world that we live in now. It's a hellscape.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah. So hopefully our episode 27 will be back up, longtime listeners. Sorry about that. Episode 27 Blitzkrieg being taken down. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Stupid. Um, yeah. So what's been going on with you?
So I think since we last met, like actually, I think two chapters came out and they're really good, and we're actually in like a huge cliffhanger in what's going on with Luffy right now. So it's like a shocking ending to this. It like it was actually like a really great chapter that was recently released, and yeah, we're kind of in this huge cliffhanger with Luffy, and like this is something that happens with Luffy. It's just one of those things where like this is like the first time I'm like reading the chapters like live. Like in the past, like since I was on like an anime only guy, like I when I would watch the anime, obviously like the manga would be like far ahead, and so um and even when I started watching One Piece, like it was already like 600 episodes or something of it out already. So like it was this huge thing, and like when I would kind of like binge through it, like Luffy would have highs and lows and stuff, and it was just because I was like binging through it. I just like that I when I saw, since I'm reading this live, like I'm reading this chapter each week. Um, it's just one of those things where I was like thinking like, oh man, I'm not sure about how Luffy's going to get out of this situation. And then people were like, ah, This is like right around the point where he has a low. So we'll have to see when he kind of gets back to his highs, or if he'll ever get back to his high or something. Because there is one arc where he never reaches his high. So yeah. The manga chapters that were released last 2 weeks have been really really good. Um, like right, he just put us on a cliffhanger because there isn't a chapter that's coming up this weekend, so we have to wait till the week after to go check out what happens next. And yeah, the anime is still in the flashbacks, and I keep thinking that the next week is going to be the final episode of the flashbacks, just because I read the manga and stuff. And no, but they're kind of, and I think it is needed that they kind of delayed because the manga is going through so many breaks due to COVID and stuff. Um, but yeah, the next episode, if they don't stretch it out, I think that will actually be the final episode of. Well, I mean, I think by the time this episode comes out, it'll already been out. But yeah, the episode that I think this week will be the final episode of the flashbacks, and the following week we'll kind of go back to like present time. So yeah, that's kind of been what's going on there. And then yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with the One Piece world, both the manga and the anime. What's been going on with you, Ben?
Before that, don't disappoint me. Where are you at in um uh son of a bitch? I can't remember the name of the show.
Mandalorian
Yeah.
episode 2.
Oh my god, you still haven't picked it back up?
Nah, dude, I don't know what it is that I've been like occupied with for the past few weeks. I think this weekend was kind of a surprising weekend in how much I was kind of like going outside, but um, no,
I got
I
it.
haven't. But
Well,
yeah, I am gonna pick it back up. I am gonna pick it back up a little bit.
okay. I'm really wanting it to catch you because I think once it catches you, you probably will just binge through. Um,
Yeah.
I really can't remember that much that happens in season one. I mean, I think season one's kind of like a slow burn or whatever, but there's like a couple episodes that are just really, really good, and then like it ends on a cliffhanger. So at least you'll be able to continue it with season two right away because it just like freaking ended like, and you're like, oh my god, like they tied up season two though so well that like honestly you could they tied it up so well like the show could end
Okay,
like
okay,
pretty
okay,
well, like
okay.
there was no like real cliffhanger or whatever, like there's kind of like something else at the end, but it seemed like they're lining up for another series or whatever. um so
That ended a lot better than. Wait, are you caught up with Falcon and Winter Soldier?
no, I still haven't watched that. Does that thing end on a cliffhanger?
Yeah, it's one of those things where like it does hang on a cliffhanger where you think like, okay, this person is like, this is something that could like go on to the next season or something if they wanted to do another season.
Oh, but
But
they're
then
talking about
they
it
did
going
some.
into a movie, right?
I mean, yeah, this is something that could go into the movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So it's possible that they're gonna delve into this in the movie. Yeah, maybe, possibly. We'll see.
got it.
Um,
Yeah, so I've I mean, I didn't do much. I went on a vacation since I last talked to you. So we went to Kiowa Island in South Carolina.
how was
Um,
that?
yeah, it was really nice. I ate outside, since I'm fully vaccinated, I ate outside for the first time.
Mm.
Uh, and yeah, it was just really nice. I had some good seafood, and then I mean, we cooked inside of our place too, and had some good food there. So just
Okay.
a nice relaxing time. We went to a museum, like the USS Yorktown in Charleston, and
Mhm.
we went to a good taco place too outside, and yeah, it was just really fun. Good, nice vacation.
Oh, nice.
And
Nice.
oh yeah, we also went to the beach. I mean, we were near the beach, so we went there for a little while, and yeah, I was actually I thought I was kind of nervous about going to the beach because I just figured it was going to be packed, but everyone was like really spread out. I mean, the
Okay,
beach was
okay.
huge. So yeah,
That's good. And did it feel good to kinda just kinda go outside and, like, not messed up and just kind of be outside and stuff?
yeah, it felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like crazy. I mean, still when I go, I still feel like when I go indoors anywhere, I'm gonna wear a mask. But outside and just staying away from people and with people that are vaccinated, it's totally fine. So
Okay, okay, okay.
I mean, I feel totally safe. I mean, so I guess that's all that matters. If I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
sick
yeah,
and I
true.
die, at least I would have felt safe beforehand.
Yeah.
But um, yeah. Other than that, I did watch. I'm gonna plug the freaking. I'm the only person I know watching the show, but I really enjoyed the latest episode of the Mighty Ducks Game Changers. Watched it today during lunch. So
Okay, okay.
yeah, that show is great. Um, so yeah, that's been pretty much it for me.
Okay,
Uh,
okay, okay.
yeah, trying to think of anything else. I don't really think so, but that's it. Uh,
Okay.
so I guess we should get into this episode, huh?
Yep, sure, yep.
Yeah. So like I said earlier, this is episode 31 from the Four Kids end, episode 32 from the Funimation end. My title is The Thief with a Heart of Gold.
Okay, okay. So my title is, Witch of Kokoyashi Village, Arlong's female leader.
Gotcha. Alrighty. All right. So yeah, this episode opens with Luffy scarfing down his food aboard the ship, while Yosaku grabs his arm and tries to inform Luffy that the dumpling was his, but his mom told him not to talk with his mouth full. So he was like, trying to like grab his arm and like not say anything. And then he finally said that his mom told him not to talk with his mouth full. Is that what happened in the Funimation?
No, so what happened was, Luffy went to grab something off of Yosuke's like plate, and yeah, Yosaka he was using like gestures to kind of like point and point and like show something, and both Luffy and Sanji couldn't understand, and he didn't say anything about his mom. He just said, "Hey, my mouth was full, so I tried to use these gestures to tell you that it's mine," and yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, I figured that part was, but man, I guess I'm really harping on something small, but I guess that's really a localization thing. But at the same time, I don't know. Is it improper to eat with your mouth or talk with your mouth full in every culture, or is it just America? I don't know.
Think it is every culture, man. It's just like, when
Then
you talk
what?
with your
Yeah.
mouth full, it's like, one, people can barely hear you, and two, you've been like chewing this food, and so food probably looks disgusting inside your mouth. So
I guess I
I
don't
think
know.
it's with every culture.
Well, I mean, for some odd reason, they chose to change the dub to say that, and the super Americanized Four Kids version.
Oh, I mean, like he just said, his mouth was full, so he couldn't
Oh,
talk.
well, yeah, I guess it's the same. Yeah, I mean, well, in this one they said his mom. I mean, like mom teaching manners.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. Uh, so meanwhile, Sanji is just enjoying his quote unquote juice as he notices something in the water, and it's something big. They realize that it is the sea monster, and the sea monster Momu. And Sanji says it's more like a sea mooster
Oh,
as as Momu pops out of the water. Any funny puns like that?
unfortunately, no puns. They were just trying to see what it was. I think Luffy was like, "Oh, it's a cow," and then I think Sanji was like, "Maybe it's like a hippo or something," because cows don't like swim in water or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
They don't mention moo moo. They just like they're trying to see if it's a cow or a hippo or whatever it is. But yeah.
Yeah, I like the sea mooster pun. Um,
Okay.
Yosaku then says that it wants their food as Luffy performs a gum gum blast on him. Mumu comes back out of the water pissed as Sanji kicks Luffy over and decides that he's probably hurt and not able. Wait, as he's decides that as he's probably hurt and not able to get food for himself. Um, Sanji holds out the plate of food and Momu violently snatches it out of his hand, to which Sanji kicks him in the neck at the same time. And he says that he was doing it because he realized that he was going to bite him. Uh,
This is very different on my end.
yeah, I
Um,
mean, it was really weird. Let me just finish this last part that happens. So then
sure.
Sanji performs what he calls a trachea turnover surprise on him and knocks Momu back into the ocean.
Okay, 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 okay.
So what happens from your end? It,
Um, so basically, yeah, I mean, they said he's like hungry and stuff. He's looking, and Luffy punches him with the pistol and gum gum pistol. I mean, not an actual pistol. And then he comes back and Sanji just says, "Oh, he's just young and he can't like feed for himself or something like that." So Sanji like shows him like the plate of food to kind of like say, "Hey, go ahead, eat some." And then Momu, the cow, just like looks at the sea cow, just kind of looks at it and stuff. And then he kind of, it looks like he's like disappointed or something, and he like is that, and he kind of gets close. And then as he does that, like yeah, Sanji just smacks him. He doesn't like snatch the food off the plate or anything. He just kind of gets close to Sanji and like he has his like mouth, and then Sanji like just kicks him up like
okay, so
that.
that's definitely what happened. Like it was so weird, like it happened so fast. I couldn't even tell what was happening.
Yeah, and yeah, Sanji said he had to do that because like he thought that the cow was gonna eat both the meal and him.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and then yeah, Luffy was about to hit him again, and then Sanji, I forget what the attack that he used, but yeah, he basically kicks him using his foot.
Oh, so it's
Um,
not called the trachea turnover surprise.
no,
That's such
no,
a great move name.
yeah. So yeah, he hits him and then knocks out and then Yosuke's like you guys are like monsters or something. But does so Yosuke actually mentions that like Momu is probably some sea creature that came from the Grand Line and he doesn't know what it's doing here in the East Blue and stuff. Does he say anything like that in the Four Kids?
I think he might have said it. I mean, I
Okay.
just didn't note that. I don't see why they would have left that out. I'm sure he said something to that extent.
Okay. I just wanted to know that. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So at this point, Luffy asks Sanji, where were they? As he says, and Sanji's like, "Oh yeah, we were just at the appetizer." As they begin to enjoy their food again. I mean, this is pretty comedic too because like at the end of the last episode, they're eating and then they're still eating. And like then like I thought they were fighting over food then they start eating again, then they start fighting again, and then after all this food, then Sanji's like, "Oh yeah, it's just the appetizer."
Yeah.
Um so yeah, all of a sudden it cuts to Usopp and he's seen waking up as Nojiko introduces herself as a tangerine farmer. Usopp says, "Hey, wait, you are the one who knocked me out," as she tells him that she saved him because they wouldn't have let him live. She then tells the little kid that's there that he knows, especially after what they did to his father. And it says that they destroyed the entire town and everyone in it. So I mean, it doesn't say that they killed him, but it pretty much references that they killed his father. I mean, they said they destroyed everyone in it. Um, and the kid's like he won't let Arlong and the crew get away with it. He then says um, that's when he decided to go to Arlong Park, and the woman with big red hair stopped him. Nujiko then says that he's been warned twice by her and the lady with bright red hair. Um, yeah, so is that her name in the Funimation dub?
Yeah, Nojiko, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the part that I just want to mention here that I think is kind of humorous or just like how stupid is Usopp? Like they keep mentioning like in describing Nami, but like it's like he doesn't know who they're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really just
I
yeah, yeah,
mean,
yeah.
he's looking for her.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I just found it kind of funny how he doesn't like really put two and two together.
Yeah.
Um, because they keep referencing her like over and over.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And specifically, talking about how she looks.
Yeah.
Um, so then the kid starts crying, as Nujiko said. She once knew a kid who had it worse than him, but she faced up to it. Nujiko then asks where his mom is, and uh, he says that she's at home and she's worried. Uh, so he needs to go start there and leave. But I thought the whole village was destroyed. Is that what they say?
Yeah,
And
they do mention that the whole village was destroyed and stuff. And so one
so
thing you
she
have to
then,
realize.
but then she does tell, even in the Funimation dub, she tells him to go see his mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So one of the things you have to realize is that Usopp doesn't know about Nami's tattoo or that she's a pirate. They don't
Yeah,
know
but
that yet.
yeah, I get that. But
So he doesn't I don't think he knew that Nami has a tattoo. Like that's
yeah,
something I
but
don't think he knows.
okay, yeah, that might make sense. But how can the kid go back to his mom if his entire village and everyone in it has been destroyed?
Yeah. It's just yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense. I thought it was a censorship thing, but I guess not. Anyways, so we then see him begin to walk off as Usopp says she really does care and she had him fooled. She then asks, why is Usopp there anyways? And Usopp says he's there for Nami. And then she begins to tell him that she knows Nami. Nojiko says that that's the redhead girl the boy was talking about, and that Nami and her were sisters, and she grew up in that very house. Usopp is then in shock as she says they were both orphans until their foster mother brought them to Cocoa Village, and after she passed, they went in different directions. She then explains that she's now part of the Arlong crew, and uh, at this point, Usopp is pissed that she's lied to them all along, and Nojiko can't believe Nami would have done that, and Usopp says now. Well, she says I can't believe Nami would have done that, but it's almost like sarcastically. And Usopp says now he has no one else to rescue, and he notices that Zolo was captured, and he should probably go save him. Um, so is this pretty much what happens from your end?
Pretty much. I mean, yeah. One thing he does say that he's surprised that Nojiko is so nice for a lady with tattoos and stuff.
Oh yeah, he didn't say any of that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. In the Funimation dub, he talks about how like, oh yeah, you're so nice. For a lady with a tattoo, you're really nice or something. I mean, to that extent. But yeah. Besides that, yeah, all that's similar. So, in this conversation, Nojiko does say that her foster mom has passed away.
Yes.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah. So I mean, people do die.
Okay, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
This is something. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if it's in the next few weeks or possibly like in like a month from now when we run across this episode. But yeah, this is a very controversial and sort of controversial. Not
But
controversial.
she says it in the Funimation dub too.
Yeah, that she passes away. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, it sounds like you just spoiled what happens to me, but whatever.
No, 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 no. I mean, like, the dialogue that you talked about is so far the same. When we get to it, we'll get to it. You know, yeah,
Okay.
I'll try to see if I can remember then.
Got it. So yeah, at this point we cut to Nami telling Zolo that they are stupid for falling for everything, as Arlong says they don't know him like this, or they don't know her as much as he does, and that Nami would even rob her own parents' grave for loot. Zolo says he may have been gullible, but who's to say he ever trusted her? And deep down, he always knew who she was. He then tosses himself into the water, fully tied up, and everyone begins to think that he's drowning himself. Nami then stands there in disbelief before she jumps in the waters to save him. She pulls him out pissed and asks why he did it, and he just says, "Well, why did you save me?" He says for someone to make herself out to be so bad, then, why did she save his life? She then hits him and says, "Quiet, it won't happen again." To which she says, "He's not so sure," and she hits him again. Nami then tells Arlong to lock him up and that she'll finish him off later. One of Arlong's crew then mentions there was another guy with him, but he managed to escape, and it looked like they were headed for Cocoa Village. At this point, Arlong says that's perfect, as he was just headed there. Nami seems angry as we cut back to Arlong and crew showing up to the village. So is this same same type of thing that happens?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much everything's the
Okay.
same. Yeah.
Got it. So at this point, when they show up at Cocoa Village, the townsfolk are talking and decide to, kind of run for cover as his crew walks through and asks this weird looking man, Genzo, why he was hiding weapons from him. Now, Genzo is like this dude that kind of looks like a dictator, like a generic dictator.
Yeah, yeah.
And he
Is
has
he
a,
all like stitched? Like, does he have like stitches all over?
I believe so.
Okay, okay. I wanted to make sure that they didn't censor that point. Okay, okay,
I
okay.
mean, what do you mean by like stitches?
It's like stitch marks, like like a line with like like little stitches, like when people stitch you up, those lines that's there, like that little scarred lines or something. He has that like all over his body.
Uh,
Not all over, but like significant portions of his body.
he has it on like his arm, right?
Yeah, yeah, arms, legs, and stuff, face. Yeah.
I didn't. I don't know if he had it or not. I feel like I don't know what's wrong with me because I feel like you always ask me these questions that I never know the answer to. I
Okay,
don't
okay.
know. Maybe it's something you notice because you've seen them multiple times, like the episodes. But I
Yeah.
didn't notice that.
Yeah.
So I don't
Maybe
know
next
if
time.
they did or didn't cut it out. I don't see why they would cut it out.
Okay, okay. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Anyways, yeah, so he has like, this weird spinning propeller on his tattoo that's just weird. Um and he admits to hiding the weapons because he's always been a collector of arms. Genzo says surely he's not scared by a pastime, to which Arlong says he is because of the weapon's potential. Usopp and Nujiko are then seen peeking in on the debacle. As Usopp comments how huge the mermen are, Arlong says he doesn't want to do the to um, same to him as he did to Ghost Town. He mentions that the protection fee, as Nojiko exclaims, the amount of money that they have to pay, or he will destroy, um, or he will destroy it like Gosa. And Gosa's, the town with all the houses flipped upside down. Nojiko says that she thinks that and she also mentions that Arlong, thinks that humans are inferior, which is why he's always calling them P-humans. Is this
Mm.
a thing in the Funimation?
I mean, they don't call him P humans, but yeah, no, he does.
What do they
Talk
call
about,
him? Does he
like
call him anything derogatory?
no, he just says humans are filth or something. Like he doesn't like he sees humans beneath him. But
Okay,
like,
so the okay, well then I didn't mention this last time because I just thought it was a weird thing, like with I just thought it was like a weird, stupid thing. Like he called him human or whatever. I just thought it was like a one-time stupid thing, but no, this is like actually a thing in the Four Kids dub. Like anytime he refers to humans, he calls them p-humans, like they stink,
oh no,
like
no, no, no.
p-humans, like a pun.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
I don't understand why they made that a thing with this Arlong guy, but yeah, that's what he will always call humans. I'm not going to continue to say p-humans because it's stupid.
Mm,
But yeah, just know that anytime I refer to him calling someone a human, he's calling them a human. Um,
okay, okay.
yeah, so Arlong, and like even they go, even so much for her to tell Usopp that that's his thing. Like, why? Okay, but anyways, Arlong reminds them he needs all their money for the empire he plans on building. Then it cuts back to Arlong Park, and we see Nami opening up Zolo's cell and stripping him of all his, like his ties that he's tied down with. And
Does she have, scissors or does she have a knife?
I okay. Once again, I failed to notice what she was holding.
Okay, okay, because, like, she had a knife here, but since she was, like, cutting out the, ropes, I was wondering if 4 Kids accidentally, like, subbed that in with scissors. I'm sure it was a knife, but yeah, it
Yeah,
was just like
I'm pretty sure it was a knife. I mean,
okay.
we've seen knives, and
Okay,
nothing
okay, good.
violent.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. So she does that. She tells him to get lost before Arlong comes back. Now we cut back to Coco, where we see Ginzo being picked up by the throat and threatened to be done away with. Nojiko bursts out and tells Arlong to let him go because he's paid the tribute tax every month for the last 8 years. One by one, everyone in the villages comes out to tell him as well to let Ginzo off easy. Arlong says no and to go ahead and try to stop him. Ginzo tells them all to go home, and if they all lose, it'll be for nothing. He tells them to be peaceful and they will survive. Arlong then reminds him that he won't be surviving as he tosses them face down into the ground. At this point, Ginzo asks them to all stay back and not to hurt the merman, as he says his fate is already sealed, and to avenge it by carrying on and surviving. Arlong then picks him up again and starts to slam him into the ground one more time. And before it can happen, Usopp hits him with I guess like a huge like rock thing out of his slingshot.
Mm. He calls it exploding star thing, and it's like, and it's an explosion.
Yeah, I mean it is an explosion. So
Yeah.
he didn't call it exploding star. I didn't hear him say that in particular.
Okay. Okay, okay,
Um,
okay.
so Usopp then says if they don't stop now, he will unleash his crew of 8,000 pirates on him. Um, you know, cutting back to earlier. At this point, for some odd reason, I know that Usopp stays in the anime for a good while. Because I've seen like pictures of him or whatever. I don't know. At this point, I'm really rooting for him at some point to get 8,000 pirates.
So, I mean, he says it, I think in the Funimation dub, I think he says 1,000 pirates. Maybe it was 8,000, I'm misrepresenting. So, I mean, again, Funimation will never reach, this point oh, sorry, not Funimation. 4 Kids,
4 Kids,
because
yeah.
Funimation is there. 4 Kids will never reach this point. So, he doesn't, so, I mean, if he wants, he could, I guess. So in the Dressrosa arc, like the thing with Usopp's rise, is it's funny, and like they do this with another character too, where like they're not like really strong characters, but it's just out of like pure luck circumstance they get into this position where like their impact just grows unintentionally. Um, so what happens with Usopp in this Dressrosa arc is he does something like, so there's like all of these like toy figures who are actually like people who are enslaved, and Usopp, he takes in a lot of hits, but he finally does something that ends up knocking the person out and freeing all these toy slaves into the regular person. And then one of the and so all those people that were freed, they're like all in on him, like they're just all happy about him that he's the guy who like freed them and stuff. And these are like really strong like fighters and like a former pirates. I mean, not former, current pirates and stuff who were enslaved, and so like they're all like thankful for him. And then one of the guys who lifts him, he's like a really big guy, and he lifts him, and the way he lifts him, there's this hole in the ceiling and lights coming down, and the way he lifts him, it's like like a Jesus figure kind of thing. And then they start calling him God Usopp, and and then like it's just hilarious how like so technically, like, yeah, he gets his
So
like
so they
1,000
become
followers.
part of his crew. All those people.
Sort of yes, sort of no. It's more so like Luffy's someone who doesn't want the responsibility of like having a huge, like having like being a leader of like all of these different pirate crews.
Oh,
Um,
so you're saying that Usopp is still with Luffy? But
yeah,
is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. He's
So,
still with Luffy. It's just like
got it.
they're all
So
really
see,
with him
this
because
this
of
should have been the point. That should have been the point that Usopp split off from Luffy and had
Luffy.
his entire crew of 1,000 pirates or 8,000 pirates, and he would have finally redeemed himself.
Well, like, I mean, if he did, it wouldn't have been the first time he split.
Okay. Well,
Again, 4 kids will never reach it, but in 2 arcs after 4 kids ends, um, Usopp does have this like thing with Luffy, and they split. Um, Not like the crew splits, just Usopp leaves the crew, but then at the end of the arc, they make up and rejoin. Um, and yeah, so it's not like he's like out forever. It's just for this one singular arc, but like it's not really that they're really split. It's a really comical thing that happens. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
gotcha.
So and as far as yeah, I mean, no, I mean, I think Usopp wants to be with Luffy pretty much the entire time. So yeah.
See this. Well, anyways, you guys know how I would write this if I
Yeah.
was continuing on. But yeah, so Arlong says to bring it on. He'll take them on and crush every last one of them. As he picks up the house that Usopp is standing on and just destroys it, Usopp gets up and starts to run off as the crew, um, you know, holds off Arlong from, chasing him and says they need to take him back to base before he destroys all of Coco. Ginzo apologizes for it all as the town says they're all in this together. One of them says, I hope that I just hope a guy, and he doesn't finish his sentence as Nami shows up and says that she's ashamed that she'd see her back. As Nami reveals she's only come back 7 million berries left. Nojiko reminds her that she's despised her. Um, she's despised. She back the village from him. Then we see Zoro sitting at Arlong's throne. He actually has one of Arlong's shirts on, and I just want to point out that he looks like a total badass here. Um,
But that's just
and
Zoro's MO, dude. He's always like a badass.
yeah, I mean, well, this is just like probably the most badass scene I've seen so far of just him, because you also see that he's knocked out all of his crew that were
Yeah.
left over. They're just knocked out and just laying there. Um, and at this point, he's thinking in his head he can't go after promising Luffy that he'd bring her back. So he's thinking that he has to do something to get Nami to join back. We then notice Luffy and it then cuts to Luffy and crew and their ship, and it's now being sailed by Momu somehow, and they are on full speed towards Arlong Park.
Okay. So one thing I do want to ask, when Nami mentions about the whole nine, like it's how she's 7 million berries away, are they in front of a
Like a
grave?
like a grave, yeah,
Okay, 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 good, good, good. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
yeah.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So everything's pretty much 1 to 1 there. Yep.
Interesting, yeah. So I really enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed the part with Zolo. I enjoyed uh, Usopp referencing back to the 8,000 pirates, and then the end was really really funny with Momu sailing them away.
Okay. 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 Yeah. 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 They kind of roughed up moment and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was a good episode. Yeah. So next week we'll be covering episode 32 from my end, episode 33 from yours. But yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. I guess that is it for tonight. Later.
Like